Good evening from Toronto. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Grizzlies have long departed Vancouver. The Raptors are Canada's team. And right now, one of the most consistent in the NBA.
And this team has a whole country behind them, Ed, just not a city. And I'm so sick and tired of fans talking about this team can't make it out of the playoffs. They have the personnel to achieve the ultimate level of success, and that's winning an NBA championship.
On hockey terms, he's ready to drop the gloves. We're ready to go in this one in Toronto. Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. Jay, what do you make of the pressure on this franchise? A whole country is watching.
Pressure makes diamonds, my friend. So if you're your jury, you're throwing everything at the wall and you're seeing what sticks. Because the goal is to win now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right now.
Nothing going here on that drive. Driving right to the basket, right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. To Van Vliet. The drive, right to the basket. Baseline drive, the shot won't fall. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
It didn't hurt him this time, but defensively, you got to prevent him from even catching the ball to begin with.
Gordon Hayward able to recover with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Here comes the screen. Fred Van Vliet to Gasol. Marc Gasol missed his first. That one goes.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in. So it's time to get going.
Walker to Jaylen Brown. Walker to Hayward. Lets it fly from long range. Gordon Hayward, tough make there. Can't really fault the defender.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. Can't connect from inside. Into the front court, it's Walker. Up by 3. Hayward to Jaylen Brown. Walker. It's rebounded by Gasol. Lowry with it. He'll run the offense. To Van Vliet. To Lowry. Shot clock winding down. Lowry can't get the bounce. Walker with the basketball. Leads 3. To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. A drive by Brown, but he can't finish. To Lowry. Nothing going here on that drive. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Hayward to Cantor. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Lowry has the basketball.
I got ball. I got ball. Let's cut.
Probing the defense. Lowry. shot won't go. Jay, for one, straight or Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game.
Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Lowry. Great pass to set it up. Stanley Johnson, strong finish.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. To Cantor. And draws the foul.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Ennis Cantor, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 77% at the line. Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line.
Good shot, man.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Just under a minute to go in what's been a hotly contested first quarter. To Stanley Johnson. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Serge Ibaka trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. They're back within a bucket. Ball's controlled by Boston. To Jaylen Brown. Ennis Cantor, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Nothing going here on that drive. Lowry. Add 2 points to the board.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Deep three at the buzzer. First quarter's complete with the Celtics in front. Second quarter set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
to Marcus Smart. Cleans it up. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Fred VanVleet to Stanley Johnson. Nowitzki to VanVleet. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
To VanVleet. Screen coming. Fred VanVleet to Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. He's 2 for 2 now.
Old school equals high percentage.
Celtics have it. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. The Raptors able to clear the board. To VanVleet. Able to convert inside.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Ibaka. Blocked away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And the basket good at the rim. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
Hey fans, have you seen the latest items in our silent auction? Have a look for yourself at the display behind section 121 and place your bid. Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Into the game for the Toronto Raptors, number 3, OG Anunoby.
The screen sets him up for 2.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
To Powell. Nothing going here on that drive. To Kemba Walker. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. 3 for 6 now.
And here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
Powell. To Ibaka. Nice pass to get things going.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Boston with the basketball. Cameron Payne sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Walker. Here comes the screen. Boston with 4 to shoot. Walker. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
To Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Dirk Nowitzki pins it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Dirk Nowitzki. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Walker to Marcus Smart. Has a look. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. Lowry into the front court. Final minute, first half. Celtics come away with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
To Ibaka. Lowry. Download the zone. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
Walker to Hayward. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Trying to cash in. Deep 3 at the buzzer. So a tight one as we reach the break in a 1-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The Celtics are in a tight battle after 2 quarters, and they've been showing off some excellent shooting, and it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics. The Raptors aren't down by too much at the half. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Bench points.
The NBA season is long, and these days, starters take rest days. And that's why it's so important to have bench players that can be productive like we're seeing here today.
Player of the half.
Kemba Walker did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Celtics have it. Hayward to Marcus Smart. Curling inside. Marc Gasol. Huge block. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Lowry into the front court. His guys down 3. To Van Vliet. Rebound comes to Cantor. Walker into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. To Cantor. No good. Reset here. Let's see what they do. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Walker to Hayward. Here comes the screen. Has a chance. Gordon Hayward. That's how it's done. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Lowry with it. They're down 3. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Walker to Hayward. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Siakam at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. His career mark right now sits at 63%. Whoops, that won't go. Across the timeline, it's Walker, up by 3. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kemba Walker. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Kyle Lowry with the rock. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
Kyle Lowry has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. And he connects on the first free throw.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot, buddy.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Hayward to Jaylen Brown. Has a look. Shot by Brown off the mark. Jason Tatum snatching it out of the air.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Deep left corner. To Hayward. Missed a wide open look. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys now down by a point. Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Marc Gasol, 2 of 4 now.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Brown with it up top. His guys now trailing by a point. To Hayward. And hits off a killer step back.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Take stock of the floor. Lowry to Gasol. Good look that time, but off the mark.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Trying to cash in. Gordon Hayward. That's how it's done. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Lowry. And a pass stolen by Boston. Offensive board. Serge Ibaka swats in.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
And his Cantor looking good. 4 for 5.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Lowry to Nowitzki. To Gasol. Down low. Short jumper off the mark. Brown into the front court. His guys can get a 2 for 1 if they time this out. To Hayward. Has a chance, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Powell to Lowry. And his Cantor with a piece. Oh, he had it. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. The Celtics have the lead. Raptors ball as we get going here in the fourth. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Celtics have it. To Marcus Smart. Sizing up the defense. Weighs his options. Tatum. He engulfed him that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Shot from the lane won't go. To Stanley Johnson. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Stanley Johnson at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 76% from the line. First one, count it. And he makes them both. Boston with the basketball. To Marcus Smart. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. To Stanley Johnson. The jumper's off the mark. Another follow, still no good. To Hayward. Tatum. The rebound's corralled by the Raptors. It's the Celtics with the rebound. Cashes in for 2.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Toronto has the basketball. Surveys the floor to Stanley Johnson. To Powell. Here's Nowitzki down low. Gets a shot up off the mark. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Fred VanVleet to Stanley Johnson. For 3. And the rebound comes down to Brown. To Marcus Smart. Second effort. Serge Ibaka with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Screen coming. Lowry with a shot that's no good. To Jaylen Brown. Able to convert inside. Ball's controlled by Lowry. To Stanley Johnson. Brown with it up top. The advantage is 13 points. Here comes the screen. To Cantor. And it's Cantor. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Lowry to Van Vliet. To Lowry. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Number 20, Gordon
Hayward to Jaylen Brown.
Number 33, Mark Gasol.
Here's the step back.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Gasol. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Brown into the front court. The lead is 15. Cruises inside for 2.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Lowry into the front court. He'll run the offense. Nothing going here on that drive. To Van Vliet. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Not going down for him this time. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics put their opponents away in a blowout. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Raptors seemed to give up on this game as it got more challenging. My advice for these guys is not to watch any TV tonight because it's not going to help them forget about this game. Everyone is going to be talking about this one. Check out the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors.
Game stats. Player of the game.
Gordon Hayward gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Toronto Raptors. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.